This is the Marantz Cinema 60 7.2 8K AVR. We're gonna open it up and check out what's inside. Let's unbox. All right, so big shout out to Home Theater Review and Marantz for shipping this out to me for review. Now, this is just gonna be the unboxing and the first look. The actual review for this was gonna be posted on Home Theater Review's YouTube channel. So go check that out and subscribe if you're not already. All right, so in the box, we get our Odyssey, microphone for sound calibration. We get our power cable. And then we get another box, a box inside of a box. This box says Marantz. And let's open it up and see what's inside. All right, so we get a quick start guide. We get looks like a pamphlet, Heels, Unlock the Magic of Unlimited High-Res Listening. And then on the back, it has how to use Connect Spotify. All right, and then we get an antenna. And then we have our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas. And then we get a pretty beefy and very nice, hefty remote. Now, I really like this remote. This is very well built. It's very sleek. It has kind of like this matte sheen to it. And it's heavy. I don't know if there are batteries already in here, and they are. So yours might come with batteries already inside. And this is really cool. So Marantz included some speaker labels inside, so you don't have to wonder which speaker or which cable speaker wire is which. And then you get a microphone stand assembly instructions. And then inside we get looks like a cardboard microphone stand. So not the best stand, but at least they give you one. So there is your microphone stand for your Odyssey calibration mic. All right, and then we have the Marantz Cinema 60. So this is gonna be my first go with any Marantz receiver, so I'm super excited about this. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, so on the front we have our beautiful display, and starting from the left we have our power button. Then we have our input selector, which has a tactile feel to it. Underneath that, we have our setup mic for Odyssey. Then we have our pure direct mode, MDAX, zone 2 on or off, zone 2 source, tuner preset channel, plus or minus. We have dimmer, status, sound mode, and then in the center, we have our circular LCD screen. Never really been a fan of that circular LCD screen, but it is what it is. And then we have our Cinema 60 logo, Marantz. And then on the right, we have our volume knob, which doesn't seem to have the tactile feel that the input selector does. And then underneath the volume, we have our USB. And then on the right, we have our headphone jack. All right, so on the back, we have our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antenna. We have our AM and FM antenna. And then we have our binding posts. We have our front right, front left, center, surround, surround left, surround back, and surround back left and right. And then above that, we have an audio in, RCA, and then we have audio in assignable. Next to that, we have our pre-outs, and then we have our subwoofer 1 and subwoofer 2. Now, I'm not sure if these are independent. I'll try and find that out, but I'm gonna test it out anyway. And then above that, we have a DC out, and then we have our RS-232, infrared, remote control in and out. And then above that, we have a cable 1, cable 2, or cable 1, media player. Then we have SPDIF 1 and 2. We have our network. And then we have 3 HDMI ins, which are 4K. And then we have 3 HDMI that are 8K. And these are all assignable, HDCP 2.3. And then we have our HDMI out. We have 2 that are also 8K, HDCP 2.3. And then we have our logos. We have our Dolby Vision, DTS:X, and then we have Dolby Atmos and Odyssey. And then to the right, we have our AC in. And then we have another Bluetooth Wi-Fi antenna. All right, let's get this in the theater, get it set up, get it hooked up, and check out some of the menus. All right, so when we turn the receiver on for the first time, we're greeted with the receiver setup assistant. It's gonna ask you to select a language. We're gonna hit English. And then it's going to tell you proper configuration is essential to provide the best possible sound and video experience. The setup assistant will walk you through connecting your speakers and components to your AVR. So I don't have my speakers connected right now. I just wanted to kind of show you the menus, the ins and outs of what the interface looks like. It does have a clean interface. I will say that. I'm liking that already. It's been years since I've used Odyssey. Obviously this is Marantz, but let's go ahead and select next. Okay, and then it's going to tell you verify that you have all of these items before continuing. So I do. Make sure you have your remote, your Odyssey microphone, your stand, all that stuff, your speakers, your cables. I'm going to hit next. Okay, and this section will walk you through placing and connecting your speakers. I'm going to hit next. And then it's going to tell you to place each of your speakers in the proper position around your room. If you need assistance, you can select help. We're going to hit next. And then it's going to give you the speaker setup, show you how to connect your speakers. So this is very intuitive. I actually like this for beginners, somebody who's just getting into home theater or somebody who has never hooked up speakers, never hooked up a receiver before. This is actually very helpful. And this is great that Marantz does this. Most of you guys probably already know how to do this, but if you don't, then it's good to know that Marantz will actually literally walk you through step by step. And it's going to go through, even tell you how to split your wires and how to connect them. Okay, we're going to hit next. We got some images on screen. Very intuitive. I'm actually really liking this. I'm going to hit next. Going to tell you how to connect your speakers. Next, front left. It says, do you have a center speaker? Then you'll select yes. To connect the center speaker to the AVR center speaker terminals. Next. Yes, I have surround speakers. It's going to tell you to connect those. We're going to hit next. We're going to hit next. And then it's going to ask you if you have surround back speakers in your room. So I'm going to select yes. I'm going to hit 2. And then it's going to tell you to connect those. Do I have a subwoofer? Yes. Okay, connect the subwoofer's line level or left input to the AVR subwoofer 1 line level output. Okay, hit next. And then it's going to say your speaker system is front yes, center yes, subwoofer yes, surround back speakers yes. Again, this is only a 7.2 channel receiver with 7.2 pre-outs. Next. And then it's going to verify that your speakers are connected correctly by playing a test tone. Again, I don't have my speakers connected right now. I'm going to do that off screen, but I'm going to go ahead and select next. And actually, I wonder if I can go to skip. So I'm going to skip that. Okay, and then for speaker calibration, it says the normal acoustic characteristics of any listening room can adversely affect the sound quality of even the best audio system. Your AVR includes Odyssey room correction to address any deficiencies. Anybody that's familiar with Odyssey already knows that. So I'm going to skip that for now. Okay, and then it's going to say, please connect the antennas. We're going to hit next. It's going to show you how to connect the antennas. And then it's going to assist you with connecting your AVR to your home network. Again, I'm going to skip that. Most of us already know how to do that. And then it's going to assist you to connect your TV's audio to your AVR. I'm going to hit skip. Next, we'll assist you with connecting and configuring the sources devices used to connect to your AVR. I'm going to hit next on that. So you have these options. You have cable satellite, media player, Blu-ray, game 8K, auxiliary 8K, auxiliary 2 8K, CD, and phono. So I'm going to hit back, and then I'm going to hit skip because I'm going to do that off screen. And then it says to help improve products and customer service, Marantz collects anonymous. I'm going to select do not agree on that. And then you have some mobile apps. So download the HEOS app and the Marantz AVR remote app for the full home entertainment experience. The Hios app is required to access online music through your AVR. So I'll do that off screen. I'll probably do that for the review. Then you get a QR code that you can scan, and I already have it downloaded, but they make it easy for you to just scan the QR code and download it. It's available on the App Store and Google Play. Same thing for the Marantz app. And then there's also an Odyssey app. And if you want the owner's manual, you can scan the QR code, bring that up as well for digital. All right, and then it says your Marantz receiver is set up. All right, so if we select the setup menu on our remote, we hit the setup button, we get audio, video, inputs, speakers, network, Hios account, general, and setup assistant. So we'll go to audio. So here you can adjust the subwoofer level. Then you've got surround parameter, you've got MDAX, volume, graphic equalizer. Odyssey is grayed out probably because I haven't set it up yet. And it says at the bottom, you must perform Odyssey setup before using this feature. So if I select audio graphic equalizer, I can set that on or off. Speaker selection, you've got left or right. For volume, you can change the scale from 0 to 98, or you can do relative. And then you've got limit, on or off, power on level, last, mute, 1. You can go, looks like, all the way to 98. Mute level, you can do full. -40 sets the mute level to 40 decibel lower than the current volume. 20, full. All right, so I just want to let you guys know about an issue that I just had. So the Marantz just froze up on me. I was trying to get back into the setup menu from the audio section, and I couldn't select anything. I had to turn the Marantz receiver off and then turn it back on again. So that might happen. If you encounter that, just turn it back off, turn it back on. It seems to work. But now let's go back into video. So in video, you have HDMI set up. And then you have your HDMI audio out, HDMI pass-through source, RC source, HDMI control, ARC. We're going to turn that on. And then TV audio switching, power off, control, power saving. Those are grayed out right now. But let's go back to output settings. So you can select auto or dual under HDMI video output, video mode auto. We're going to select that. Okay. HDMI upscaler. We're going to set that to auto. Okay. Now it is worth noting that every time I go back to the previous menu setting, the video switches. So that's a little bit annoying. On-screen display. So volume, you can select that from bottom to top or off. Let's select that to bottom. Info on, off. We're gonna leave that on. Now playing, always on, auto off. And it shows the on-screen display for Hios music and tuner sources. Okay, so we're gonna leave that on. I'm gonna go to screensaver. You can turn that on, off. I'll leave it off for now. 4K, 8K signal format. All right, so looks like by default, all of these are set to enhance, which is probably what we want because I think you're only gonna be able to get your 8K, your 4K 60 and 8K, I'm sorry, your 4K 120 and 8K 60 on enhance, but I can change that to 8K enhance. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and change that to 8K enhance. Well, I guess I can't. Your TV is not configured to support 8K 60 or 4K 120 video. Are you sure you want to change to 8K enhance? Let's select yes. So we're going to select yes on all those, just so that we don't take any chances. Okay, and then HDCP setup, you can change that on here. I'm going to leave that on auto. TV format, NTSC. If you want, you can change that to PAL. If you're not in the US, we're going to leave that on NTSC. Inputs, you can input assign, source rename, hide resources, source level. For your speakers, I haven't set up Odyssey yet, so we're going to skip that. This is where you would configure your network, your Hios account, general. You've got language, owner's manual, eco, Bluetooth transmitter, zone 2 setup, zone rename, smart select names, trigger out, and front display, and then firmware. So let's see if there's a new firmware auto update. I'm gonna select that, and then we're gonna select on. And then you have information, usage data, save and load. You can save and recall this unit settings on a USB memory device. I would advise doing that just so in case something happens, you don't lose your data. Setup lock protects access to the setup menus. If you've got kids that are gonna be messing around with this, you can lock that and then reset. And then you can go back to the setup assistant. And then if I hit menu on the remote, it brings up these options. I can do dialogue enhancer, channel level adjust, tone, audio delay, all zone stereo. All right, guys, that's gonna conclude it from the unboxing and first look at the Marantz Cinema 60 AVR. So I am super excited to check this out. I know a lot of you guys love your Marantz, you live by Marantz, you swear by Marantz. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this sounds in my theater, and I'm interested to see how it sounds compared to something like my Anthem MRX 720 receiver. So once again, guys, thank you. Make sure you head on over to Home Theater Reviews YouTube channel because that's where this is gonna be posted. Support the channel, support me. I appreciate it if you do subscribe and let your friends know about it as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.